there have been some really beautiful things going on. Anyone that's anyone, even the terrible liberals who are watching MSNBC, Rachel Maddow, will acknowledge that Trump has had 100 days in office, and they have been a very, very exciting 100 days in office. I think they've been beautiful. Any right-minded people would think they're very beautiful 100 days in office. We have some very terrifying tariffs that are maybe going to be in place, maybe not. We have some very beautiful deals announced on this. We have another very beautiful deal in the works to turn Gaza into some really prime uh, Trump developed golf courses, some really, really prime things. There's been a survey saying half of Gazans are willing to leave and they have just the right attitude. We are going to give these people a really, really beautiful deal. It's going to be better than anything they've ever had before, I can tell you. It's going to be much greater and much more tremendous than anything they've had in a very long time, I can tell you that. We have some very terrifying tariffs, and that's one of the things that's really the main thing I'd like to talk to you about. I had a very, very nice meeting with Mark Carney, the new Prime Minister of Canada. He's where he is because of me. Any right thinking person would know it's mostly because of me. You can say Canadians voted on it, and that's not really wrong, but Canadians voted the way Canadians voted because of Trump. Germany has a new leader now. Germans voted the way Germans voted because of Trump. And anyone is doing whatever they're doing because Trump is doing some very beautiful things, and it's some responses to that. So very soon that's going to get cleared up. But getting back to getting back to that, we were talking with Carney about the very terrifying tariffs uh, that are going to go in, and he was asking me if there's anything we can do about it, if there's anything Canada can do about it to release the the tariffs on steel and on car parts and on some other things, and I just told him no, there isn't. There's nothing you can do about it. But I just looked at something. I just looked at something, and the tariffs are terrifying to a lot of people, and this is even terrifying to me, and I do not scare easily. I looked at something that might really change my answer on this. I think if Carney really wanted to do something good for Canada, if Carney really wanted to get these beautiful tariffs taken away, he could do something right now. There are three Canadian hockey teams left in the Stanley Cup. There's Toronto that's in the Stanley Cup. There's Edmonton that's in the Stanley Cup. There's somebody else. There's three Canadian hockey teams that are in the Stanley Cup, and all he would have to do. This is terrifying to anybody that thinks America is great. There's a 3 in 8 chance that the next winner of the Stanley Cup is going to be a Canadian hockey team, absolutely full of Canadian players, and it's a really, like I said earlier, it's a really terrifying thing. It's more terrifying than the terrifying tariffs. And Canada could get rid of some of these tariffs. If they wanted to get rid of some of these tariffs, there's a very, very easy way to do that. There's a very easy way to do that. Tell these Canadian teams, especially the ones that are playing the American teams, we could make this way fairer. We could make this way fairer by putting a tariff on their goals, so that their goals are worth whatever the amount that they should be worth minus the tariff. Maybe we agree on a 45% tariff. So each of their goals are worth whatever 1 minus 45% is. And I think that would be much fairer, and it would be a really, really nice, really, truly nice thing Canada could do if they are so confident of how amazing they are in sports, and they look very amazing. They've beaten some American teams to get to where they are. If they are this confident of where they are in sports, they could accept the tariff on their hockey goals for what's left of the Stanley Cup season, and I think we could really have a lot of room for some beautiful, beautiful negotiating. The Prime Minister Carney said the relationship with the United States is not as close as it was before before you know who took office. Before President Me took office, I'm the greatest president in the history of great presidents, and we've had a lot of them. We've had a lot of great presidents. I'm the greatest. That's why my motto is making America great again. And Prime Minister Carney could make himself even greater, and he could make me even greater, and he could make American sports very, very, very great if he could accept the tariff on the Canadian hockey goals for the rest of the season. And then I think we would really have some room to negotiate some of the rest of these things. We could negotiate the tariffs. We could negotiate what terms they're coming in on the 51st state business. I said there was nothing they could do. I said there was nothing they could do, and I was very wrong. I looked at the hockey schedule, and I see there's beautiful, beautiful things they can do with their hockey teams. They can put their hockey teams in dark places where the sun don't shine, so they don't go around defeating American hockey teams to get where they're at. And we could have a lot of room to negotiate a lot of very, very big, very beautiful deals.